online naman, di ba? May bago ba?
Hello, everybody. We're about to start this stress management session now. My name is Pedron. I would just like to apologize for the recent technical issues that we just experienced. Rest assured, we will be pushing through with the webinar. All right. Can everybody please open their chat boxes? Let me know how everybody's doing. Let me know if you're there with me. Quickly comment, I'm here. And let me know if you can hear me as well. There you go. Hi, Justina, Maria, Angelica, Jovi, Ariane. We're good? Okay. There we are. All right. So I would just like to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for your time right now. Okay, I know it's a weekday. Some of you might have work, but I really appreciate you for being here, for your time and for your attention. Okay, I'm not going to be speaking for a long time, roughly 20, 30 minutes plus a little bit of a Q&A. Actually, hindi ko ginagawa yun. Okay, I usually speak for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours in very long stress management program sessions. All right, but yung pinaka-goal ko dito is tulungan ko po kayo kung paano i-manage at paano i-maneuver yung stress niyo, especially during sa time ngayon with COVID-19. All right, so it may be difficult for some people in school or in the workplace to be able to maneuver or manage their stress with the pandemic going on. And I'm here to help you do that. Okay, guys? All right, so I'm going to be needing everyone to engage with me. Everyone will be on mute, but you can still engage in the chat box. I understand we're also live. I'm not sure if we're live on Facebook or on YouTube. I think it's YouTube. So also, please engage with us there. This is going to be an interactive session. Ang pinaka-goal natin dito, help you guys manage your stress once again. And also, please take out a notebook or a pen or what have you, or if you're on your laptop, please open up your notepad app, okay? So you can take down a lot of notes. Because why? Guys, I don't have any slides. Okay, I do not have any PowerPoint slides or Microsoft Office slides to show you. All right, what I do have here is just myself. Okay, so I urge everyone to listen closely. Okay, pay attention, minimize all of your distractions. Okay, and once again, engage with me in the chat box. All right, so I think we're ready to begin. We already experienced what was it? I think it was a 40 minute technical issue. So I think everyone is excited to begin now, right? With that being said, can everyone go in the chat box and type in the word yes? So I know we're ready to begin. Everybody go in the chat box. I want to see if we're ready to begin. There we are. Okay, getting a lot of answers. All right. Once again, have your notepads or notebooks ready with you. All right. Because this is the first thing you're going to write down on your notepad. Go ahead. All right. This is the first thing you're going to write down. Analyze before you finalize. Once again, analyze before you finalize. Okay? Analyze before you finalize. Extremely important. All right, everybody got that down? Okay, what does that mean to analyze before we finalize? Usually kasi, pag stress tayo when it comes to work, when it comes to school, or when it comes to anything external, especially the pandemic, okay? We don't analyze it. We just finalize that we're stressed already. So, ibig sabihin, tinatanggap na natin agad na stress na tayo without even analyzing it first kung nasa stress ba talaga tayo or ano ba talaga yung nangyayari sa atin. All right. One way that I will help you manage your stress in this very short session is to teach you how you can analyze your stress. I'm going to help you guys become subject matter experts on your stress. There are actually different types of stress out there. I will lay them out for you. All right. So once again, analyze before you finalize. Now that everyone has had that written down, I want you to write down another thing. Are you ready? Okay, write this down. What's my relationship with stress? Is it healthy or unhealthy? Okay, in case you guys didn't know, there's a type of stress that's good for you, and there's a type of stress that's actually bad for you. Di lahat ng stress masama. Okay? Di lahat ng stress masama. All right. So, guys, it's very important that we are able to analyze which stress is good for us and which stress is bad for us. Okay. So, what's your relationship with stress right now? Is it good? Is it bad? If your first answer is bad, then why? Maybe it's been your experience that it has been bad for the longest time. Maybe people taught you that stress to begin with was bad for you. Actually, once again, there are different types of stress, and some of those stressors are actually good for you. Okay? Here's another thing. All right? And I want you guys to engage me in the chat box here. Okay? I want you guys to engage me in the chat box. When I say the word stress, or when you guys hear the word stress, can everyone here tell me what's the first thing that comes into their minds? When you hear the word stress or when you feel stress, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Okay. Engage me in the chat box. I'm going to open the chat box right now. I want to see some of your answers. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear the word stress right now? For some people, it might be work. For some people, it might be money. Okay. What else? What else? What stressors do we have? Problems, deadlines, pagod. Yes. Finances. Exactly. All right, money. All right, COVID. Absolutely. Sige pa, keep throwing me some ideas, guys. I know there are over 100 of you here. I've only got a few. Hazard pay. Yes, mga boss. Okay, all of those are causes for stressors. Tama. All right, what else? Okay, financial ulit. All right, so let's put these problems into perspective. All right. Ang madalas na sagot, problems, work, bills, finances. Someone said family. Someone said unemployment. All true. All true. All right. Being alone. Yes. Huge stressor. Okay. So, I want you guys to consider this. Okay. So, yun yung initial reaction natin we when we hear the word stress or when we think about stress. Automatically, we think about money or having the lack of it. We think about being alone. We think about deadlines at work, bills, hazard pay, not receiving it. We think about the stress of COVID and change. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys something to consider. All right, what's my perspective? What's Alex's perspective when I hear the word stress or when I feel stress? You know the first thing that comes into my mind? All right, write this down. The first thing that comes into my mind whenever I feel stress or whenever I hear the word stress is this. What can I learn from this? All right, write that down. What can I learn from this? Okay, so one way to manage your stress, guys, is you need to be able to change your initial reaction to stress. Okay, and most of us, our initial reaction to stress is actually pretty negative. Okay, so this has something to do with mindset. If our mindset about stress is negative and something that, it's hard to overcome, that will be our reality. So, with the mindset of, for example, if I feel stress or if I hear the word stress, if my mindset is, what can I learn from this? Then ano yung mangyayari? Okay? It means I'm now positioning my mind to learn from what's going on. All right? And since I am learning from what's going on, then I'm able to manage it. I'm able to find something positive out of it. And you could ask yourselves other questions as well. Ang pinaka-paboritong question ko lang is, what can I learn from this? All right? But learn to ask yourselves other empowering questions as well, such as, ano ba yung positive dito? Alam kong masama yung nangyayari ngayon, pero I'm going to make an effort to find something positive. What is that one positive thing that I can find? All right, you may want to write that down. What's the one positive thing that I can find from this session, this experience that I perceive to be stressful right now? What is one positive thing that I can find? Or ano ba yung nakakatawa dito? What's funny that's going on here right now? Okay, so you need to learn, in order for you to manage your stress properly, you need to learn how to change your initial reaction on it. Okay, change your initial reaction on stress. Somebody said stress from surroundings and people. All right, thank you, Marianne, for pointing that out. That's very true. But you know what? There's something positive that you could find from there. You just haven't trained yourself to do it yet. Okay, and with this short stress management session, I hope to open your eyes a little bit, guys, and train you a little bit on how to see life, or how to see what we perceive as stress as something that might or can be positive for all of us. Okay, so extremely important, guys. What can I learn from this? If you're learning from something, that means you're winning. Okay, always remember that. If you're learning from something, that means you're winning. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the stressors that we experience. Okay, so take out your notebook, take out your notepad. Once again, you're going to want to write this down. All right, there are different types of stressors. Okay, so I'm going to play a little game with you guys. I need you to engage me in the chat box. For those who are watching live, try to guess what it is and write it down on your notepad. Okay, so listen to this, guys. All right, there are different types of stressors. And the first stressor that I will reveal is that, did you know that, guys, there's something called good stress? All right, there's something called good stress. Now, can anyone tell me in the chat box, what is the opposite of good stress? Anybody? Go ahead. Throw me some answers. Type it down. Ano po yung opposite ng good stress? Okay. What's the opposite of good stress? All right. This should be pretty easy. There you go. Okay. Bad stress. Yes, exactly. The opposite of good stress is bad stress. Okay. So let's talk about that for a minute. Okay. Good stress. Guys, there are two types of stresses, okay? There's good stress and bad stress. Good stress is stress that grows you. Okay, write that down. Good stress is stress that grows you. Bad stress is stress that drains you. Okay, once again, good stress is stress that grows you. Bad stress is stress that drains you. So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's give it some examples. Okay, ano ba yung examples ng good stress and examples ng bad stress? Okay, so good stress, for example, pag nagwo-workout ka, okay, when you're working out, you're stressing your body, it hurts, you're sweating, you're uncomfortable, but you do it anyway. Bakit? So you can feel good about yourself, so you can be healthy. All right, so that's good stress because it's growing you and it's improving you. Okay, what else is good stress? Maybe learning something new, or maybe taking up a new challenge is also good stress. Okay, or maybe trying to find something positive every day. That's also good stress. Okay, good stress. Someone said good stress when you feel excited. Yes. Okay, good stress. That's definitely good stress. Excitement. Okay, but let's talk about bad stress. Ano ba yung mga bad stressors? Okay, so bad stressors are stressors that drain you. Okay, ito yung mga stressors that make us feel tired, that make us feel overwhelmed, that don't make us feel good. Okay, so for example, good stress or bad stress rather can be maybe being lazy. Okay, why is that an example of bad stress? Kasi nagpo-procrastinate tayo. All right, and then when we get to the moment where we have to deliver results, it's extremely stressful. All right, somebody said bad stress can be work. Okay, but exactly what about work? What about work that makes it bad stress? All right, so let's analyze that. Okay, maybe it's bad stress at work because there are toxic colleagues. Maybe puro gossip, maybe puro rumors yung kultura ng opisina. All right? What else is bad stress? Maybe having an unhealthy diet is also bad stress. Why? Because that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Okay? Bad stress drains you. All right? So I want you to think about some of the stress that you're experiencing right now. Okay, I want you to think about some of the stress that you're experiencing right now. You may want to write them down. Write down 1 to 3 things that you are experiencing right now. Okay, that you think is stressing you out. Okay, some people already engage some of their stressors in the chat box, like work, some problems, finances, family, and all that. Pero sige pa, okay, add to it pa. All right, what else? So bad stress, good stress. Okay. And once you have finished writing down some of your stressors, quickly label them. Okay. Label nyo lang really quick. All right. Is this bad stress or is this good stress? Maybe if I'm feeling challenged at work, maybe if I have too much deadlines or too much workload, is that really bad stress? Or is it good stress because I'm being challenged and I'm being challenged to improve myself and I'm being challenged to do better? Then that would make it good stress. But it can be bad stress if, for example, you're not appreciated at work. That can be bad stress. Okay? Or if, for example, walang pinapakitang malasakit sa opisina, that can also be bad stress. So I want you guys to analyze. Once again, analyze before you finalize. Okay? Label some of your stressors. Good ba to or is it bad? Is it good or is it bad? All right. Now, the next thing the next type of stressors that we're gonna go to, please write this down as well. Okay, 2 types of stressors, or rather 2 time frames of stressors. Okay, one is short term, and what's another one? What's the opposite of short term? Quickly engage with me in the chat so I know you're with me. Okay, what's the opposite of short term? Long term. There we go. Okay, so guys, 2 types of stressors again. Short term and long term. Okay, I think all of this speaks for itself. Okay, for example, what is short-term stress? Okay, ano ba yung mga examples ng short-term stress? Well, short-term stress, for example, can be deadlines. That's short-term stress. Short-term stress, for example, can be itong entire COVID-19 pandemic because we know that this too shall pass. This is short-term stress. Traffic, yes, thank you for mentioning that, Anne. Okay, that's short-term stress. No one is stuck in traffic forever. Okay, short-term lang yan. All right, what else? What else short-term stress do we have? Okay, so think about it. All right, what other short-term stressors do we have right now? Okay, waiting in line can be short-term stress. Somebody said waiting for the next salary. Yes, tama. That can be stressful if you don't have savings. Okay, so definitely. All right, then let's talk about long-term stressors naman. Okay, people, continue to give me examples in the chat. All right, what are some long-term stressors that we have? Okay, in my opinion, some long-term stressors that we have can be mindset. That can be a long-term stress. Okay, why? Because it's your belief. All right, mindset can also be a long-term stress. What else? Family issues. Yes. Okay, di natin kontrolado. Okay, bankruptcy, poverty. All right, poverty, definitely a mindset issue. Okay, bankruptcy, that's up to you if you want to make it short term or long term. Okay, it's up to you. All right, social media can be short term or long term as well. It can be short term if you begin to unfollow some people that you don't want to see in your social media anymore. Okay, what else? Health concerns can be long term. Okay, health concerns can be long term. All right, depression, mental health, yes. Sickness, depende kung anong sakit natin. Internet connection, posibleng short term or long. I would say that's a short term issue. Okay, I would definitely say that internet connection is a short term issue. All right, somebody said marriage. Oh my gosh, I hope not. All right, I hope whatever issue it is in marriage, sana short-term siya. Pero guys, once again, analyze before you finalize. Balikan nyo yung stressors nyo ngayon, ha? Yung pinasulat ko sa inyo kanina, yung 1 to 3 things, or some of the things that you told me about earlier. Somebody said heartbreak. Short-term lang po yan. Okay, grabe naman. Huwag natin gawing long-term yan. Short-term lang yung heartbreak, okay? So guys, take a look at this, all right? Label those stressors again. So nilabel nyo na. Okay, which one is good, which one is bad? All right, now label it again. What is short term and what is long term? All right, label it again. What is short term and what is long term? Ngayon, kung may nakita kayong stressor na good tapos short term pa, so tingin nyo ba stressor ba talaga yun? Kasi in the first place, it's not gonna last for a long time, and in the second place, it's good for you. So questionin nyo. Okay, so is this really stress or nagpapanggap lang akong stress? Okay, take a look at that. All right, what are some other things? What if Alex, I have bad stress but it's short term? Or what if Alex, I have good stress but it's long term? Okay, if it's good stress and it's long term, then I suppose that's good. All right, toxic people, yes. All right, so guys, we're gonna move forward to the next type of stressor so we could further analyze and narrow down kung stress ba talaga yung naramdaman natin or what is it. Okay, so take a look at this, guys. All right, next 2 types of stressors. First, internal stress. Okay, ano sa tingin nyo yung opposite ng internal stress? Somebody give me an answer in the chat box. What is the opposite of internal? Madali lang to. Okay. Hilda, yes, external. Absolutely. External. Okay. Internal, external. Okay, guys. So, ganito yan. All right. Take a look at your stressors right now. Okay. Alamin nyo kung ano ba yung internal and ano ba yung external. Simple lang po. Okay. Internal stress is within your control. Internal stress is within your control. External, okay? Ano ba yung external? External is outside of our control. External is outside of our control. Let's give examples, okay? Let's give examples of internal stress, okay? For example, your attitude. That's an example of internal stress. Mindset, beliefs. That's an example of internal stress, okay? Discipline, time management. Yes, Maria. Yes, exactly. Okay, time management. Also an example of internal stress. All right. What about external? Can somebody give me external stressors? Okay? So external stressors, may sagot kanina, traffic. Yes, wala ka namang control sa traffic eh. Or maybe you do. Maybe you just need to wake up earlier. Tulad ng sinabi ni Maria on time management. Calamity. Yes, force majeure. That's external stress. This COVID thing is external. We have no control over it. Our government, we have no control over it. Our country, other people, other people's opinions. We don't have control over that either. Okay? So guys, take a look at your stressors again and i-label nyo ulit yan. Ano ba yung internal? And ano ba yung external? Okay? If it's within my control, if this is good stress, and it's short term, and it's internal, ibig sabihin it's within my control. So, based on that analysis, are you really stressed? Really, based on that analysis, okay, it's a good stress. It's good for me. It's improving me. It's growing me as a person and as a professional. And it's short term. Okay, ibig sabihin, may deadline lang siguro to. After ng deadline, di na ako stressed. All right, and then it's internal pa. I have full control over it. So is that really a stressor? Just try to analyze that, okay? Is that really a stressor then? Unlike, for example, it's bad stress, long term, tapos external. Okay? Then we need to talk about stress management. All right? But I want you guys to take a look at your stress again. I want you guys to be able to determine kung na-stress ba talaga kayo sa bagay nito? Questionin nyo. Once again, analyze before you finalize. Tandaan nyo guys, we never actually do that. Okay? Kanina, I gave you guys an exercise. What's the first thing that comes to your mind, or what's the first feeling you get when you hear the word stress, or when you feel stress? You guys gave me a number of answers. Okay? And what usually happens is that we jump to the conclusion that stress is bad for us. But first, in order for us to determine that, we need to be able to analyze and educate ourselves about stress first. And then we'll know if it's good for us or not. And this is what I'm helping you with right now. So once again, take a look at your stressors, internal, external, all right? And to the last one. The last one is, okay, write this down, guys. 2 ways of dealing with stress naman, okay? 2 ways of dealing with, yes, overthinking, all right? That can be internal, okay? Remember, you have control, okay? You always have control, all right? So, guys, going back to how we deal with stress, okay? And I want you to engage with me in the chat again. I'm gonna give you the first one, all right? The first one is healthy. What's the opposite of healthy? Go ahead, show me in the chat. What's the opposite of healthy? Okay, yes, obviously, thank you, Jenalyn. Unhealthy, all right? Unhealthy is the opposite of healthy. So, I'm gonna ask you again, how are you dealing with your stressors right now? Yung mga sinulat niyo, yung mga pinasulat ko sa inyo kanina na 1 to 3, or yung mga nilagay niyo sa chat, okay? How are you dealing with these stressors? Are you dealing with it in a healthy way or an unhealthy way? How do we know? Let's give examples. Okay, healthy. Okay, healthy way, I work out, exercise, yes, tama. Channeling, yes. What kind of channeling? Do you communicate it? All right, are you letting people know? You're letting your friends know, letting your boss know, letting your colleagues, right now I'm stressed, I need to talk to somebody. Okay, what else? Eating healthy, definitely. Okay, how about unhealthy? Unhealthy. Planting, yes. And thank you for that example. Plantita ka ata. All right, planting, yes. Okay, what about unhealthy naman, guys? Unhealthy stress. How are we dealing with, I mean, what does unhealthy, dealing with stress unhealthily look like? All right, what does that look like? Being angry, being lazy, ano pa? Gossiping. Throw me some answers. I know you guys are here. Throw me some answers. Okay, what else? All right, overeating, this stress eating, yes, stress eating. All right, being toxic to someone, yes, being toxic to someone. Okay, what else? Substance abuse. Okay, some people participate in substance abuse. What do I mean? Drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, all of that bad stuff. Okay, depression, yes, a very touchy subject, but yes, That can be very unhealthy. Spreading rumors. Yes. Okay? So, puntahan nyo ulit yung stressors nyo. So, nilabel nyo na siya. Which one is bad? Which one is good? Which one is short term? Which one is long term? Which one is internal? Which one is external? And you will also now label, so with that being said, after the labels, am I dealing with it in a healthy way? Or am I dealing with it in an unhealthy way? Okay? So, take a few seconds to label. How am I dealing with these stressors right now? Healthy ba para sa akin at para sa mga tao sa paligid ko? Or is it unhealthy? Okay? So, after that, think about it. Okay, think about it. Analyze these stressors. Okay, based on my answers right now. Okay, I have some good stress, short term naman, internal pa within my control, and I'm dealing with it in a healthy way. So, I don't think that's a stressor, guys. Okay, if it's like that, I don't think that's a stressor. Okay, you know what a stressor can be? If, for example, yes, it's bad, and also it's long term, and also if it's internal or external, all right, especially if it's external, and then you're dealing with it in an unhealthy way, that is a real stressor. That's a real stressor. Okay. However, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do that during the paid webinar on October 9th. So be sure to sign up because that is a 3-hour session of stress management. I will teach you everything that you need to know, but I will be giving you a few more tips before I let you guys go today. Okay. So tip number one is never, ever compare your stress to someone else. Never compare your stress to someone else. A perfect example of that can be what? For example, isang professional at isang estudyante. Okay? Sabi ng estudyante sa professional, alam mo sir, sobrang nakakapagod tong thesis ko, sobrang stress na ako, di ko na kaya, ayoko na, blah, 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 blah. And the professional is like, sa thesis pa lang, stress ka na? Wait till you get to the real world. Wait till you begin paying bills. Wait till ganito, ganyan. Okay, guys, never ever do that. Never compare your stress to someone because what that student might be feeling about his or her thesis is the exact amount of stress that you might be feeling when it comes to paying bills at the end of each month. Okay, so rule number one when it comes to stress management is never, ever compare your stress to anyone else's stress, okay? Your stress is your stress, okay? Take responsibility, take ownership for that. Minsan kasi, nagpapataasan pa tayo ng stress eh. Okay, I don't know why that happens, pero ganun eh. Okay, alam mo, hindi, mas stress ka, hindi, mas stress ako sa'yo, ito yung naramdaman ko, hindi. Alright, there's actually no point in doing that. Okay, so guys, I need you to be very careful with that, okay? Never, ever compare your stressors to someone else's stressor, all right? And the last tip of the day, all right? The last tip of the day. Before I go into the last tip of the day, I want to once again, thank you all for your time for this really quick session. I know we were supposed to have a longer session, but due to the technical concerns, I want to be able to give more room for the Q&A. So the last tip that I'm going to give you is to remember the 5x5 rule. Okay, please write that down. 5x5 or 5x5. All right. This isn't coming from me. All right. And I'm paraphrasing it a little bit, but the 5x5 rule is like this. Okay, if you're not going to be worried about this certain thing 5 years from now, don't spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. Okay, if whatever it is you're stressed about will not concern you 5 years from now, do not spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. Okay, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about energy management. All right, there's so much going on in our lives right now: work, family, COVID, life. Okay, most of us don't even have room for stress. So we shouldn't give it room, guys. All right? We shouldn't give it room. And to a quick recap, if there's anything that you could take away today, analyze before you finalize. Questioning nyo yung stress nyo. All right? If you feel stress, automatic, what can I learn from this? Ano ba yung nakakatawa dito? Ano ba yung positive dito? All right? And then analyze it. Is it good, bad, short term, long term, internal, external, healthy, or unhealthy? And I'll teach you how to use that during our October 9 session. I hope everyone here will be able to join me. But before then, guys, throw me some questions. We are in the Q&A segment now. All right. I'm going to open the chat box. Once again, I want to answer some questions that you may have. Go ahead. Anybody, throw me some questions. I'll take maximum of 3 questions while we still have time. Go ahead. All right. What questions do you have for me when it comes to stress management in the workplace, stress management, in your personal life? Okay, wag lang sa love life. Okay, hindi ako hindi ako certified dyan. All right, but okay, I can help you when it comes to your career. I can help you when it comes to your personal life. Any career, personal stressors, I'm here for you. All right. So anyone, throw me some questions. Okay, throw me some questions in the chat box. All right. What questions do you have when it comes to stress management? Okay. So the usual questions, some of the usual questions that I actually get when it comes to stress management is how to change your mindset about it. Okay? It's how to change the initial reaction of stress. Okay? How to change your initial reaction when it comes to stress, rather. All right? And one way to do that, guys, is practice. It's mind setting. Okay, this isn't an overnight process. Okay, if you want to change your beliefs about stress, whenever you experience stress, you need to change your initial reaction. Once again, what can I learn from this? What's positive here? What's funny here? All right. And another question that I received: how to deal with staff that is so negative. Okay, how to deal with staff that is so negative. All right. So if you're in a leadership position here, what you're going to want to do is to confront the situation together. Find out the root cause of that negativity. Okay? Find out the root cause of that negativity, and then you'll be able to deal with it. Once again, it's analyzing before finalizing. Okay? So when someone says, how do I deal with a negative staff? Exactly what do you mean by that? How have you determined that this staff member is negative? And have you exhausted all of your options? What have you tried? What have you not tried? Have you tried working together? Have you tried bringing another team member in to help out? Okay, so there you go. More detailed answers during October 9th session. Here's another question. All right, is stress linked to anxiety and panic attacks? Yes. Yes, they are. They are the gateway to anxiety and panic attacks. Too much stress, okay? To be scientific about it, coming from an academic standpoint, stress releases a chemical in the brain called cortisol. All right? Now, cortisol triggers our fight, flight, or freeze response, okay? Or rather, adrenaline. All right? Now, we need adrenaline to get ourselves out of dangerous situations. Okay, to be able to get ourselves from the dangerous situation that we might think is dangerous, and then all the way to the safety zone or back to our comfort zone. Okay, if we don't do that, if we always have cortisol, that cortisol chemical running in our body every day, because for example, maybe we're always stressed from work, COVID, everything. Guess what's going to happen, guys? Your immune system will go down. Okay, your immune system will go down. I'm not sure if any of you has ever experienced this, but if you've ever worked in a high pressure environment, for example, in the office, and it's always stressful, you literally get sick. That's the cortisol. Too much cortisol. Too much of anything really is bad. Okay, so yes, it is a link to panic attacks and anxiety. Okay, so you want to minimize that, or you want to be able to prevent that, then you need to be doing things to prevent yourself, or not actually prevent, but doing things to manage your stressors, because we can't totally prevent stress. Okay, it will always be there. So the best thing that we can do is to be able to manage it. All right. Next, okay, how will you handle if a person is good to you? All right. When this is when he faces you, but then if he doesn't, all right. So I'm gonna need for that person to rephrase that question again. All right. But I think what you mean to say is, how do you handle someone who is good to you in your face, who is good to you, but then when they turn their back, they gossip about you, they tell you a lot of bad things. Okay. So that can be extremely stressful. Okay. We might even label that as someone who is communicating with a toxic colleague, for example. Okay. So how do you deal with toxic colleagues exactly? Okay. A number of ways. One way is to avoid them. Okay. And I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. Okay. You might be, whatever your toxic colleague is telling you, you might be taking it too personal, or you might be taking it personally. Okay. So analyze that as well. All right. Whatever they're saying, how do you know it's true? Can you absolutely know it's true? Okay. Once again, analyze before you finalize. Okay. So I think that's it for today, guys. I hope to see you in October 9's paid session. I want to thank Limitless Power for this short Zoom meeting. I hope I was able to educate everyone here a little bit about stress, and also to help them analyze their stressors as well. Okay. And be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. My name is Alex Pedron. You can actually see it in the Zoom box here. All right. And there you go, guys. So I hope to see everyone here again soon. And with that being said, I really appreciate everyone for their time. This has been Stress Management. I'll see you guys very, very, very soon. Okay, there you go. Thank you, guys. I think we're going to stay for a photo, so don't leave yet. All right. I'm sure the events manager would like to quickly